Last month, number 2, last month, I need to say this, beloved. Last month, I think I told you, last month I'm in this church. I'm doing, hey, you know this, right? You know this? I'm here outside. I was coming to set up for the total member involvement. I came here 14 years ago. It was my aim. I used to be a corporate literature evangelist before I became a pastor. I used to go home. I couldn't sell books, so I gave it sometimes for free of charge. They were very angry, this literature evangelist. But I just couldn't. But I could sell Jesus. And I could ask them, listen, now that you got this book for free, Healthy by Nature, I use, the health message. He says, now that you have this book, do you have any issues and stuff? The brother said, yeah, I've got diabetes. I said, listen, you're a Muslim. So the guy told me, I went to this house, long story, I'm just trying to put it all together. He is a Muslim guy. He says to me, yes, I've got diabetes. I said, and I could hear in his conversation, he likes history. So I said, can I come to your house and just show you more of history? We used the health message. We went into his house. 14 years, that's 14 years ago, I went to his house. I will never forget it. It was the only house I went to that they didn't offer me water. So I was there in the house, 5 days doing an evangelistic series. Young man. I still have those banners today. I put up the banners, I put it on the screen, and this was what I did. I used to go to houses, just do evangelism. Then I left there. I even cut it. It was supposed to be 5 days. It turned out to be 4 days. Then I left there. 14 years later, I'm on my way here in February, coming here to this church. I get a call by this brother, by this man. He says, can you please come? Can you please come? I said, who are you? He explains who he is. He says, do you remember? I say, yeah, I remember. In my mind, I would say, yeah, the water thing. But I thought, I remember. 14 years later, I go to his house. It was, I think, Friday, we set up here. But before I come here, I go there. London Village. He says to me, he's coming out looking much thinner than what he was. The diabetes has taken over. He comes out with his wife. His wife says, oh, we are on our way. She doesn't know me. She says, we are on our way. He comes out. He says, no. Hey, Eugene, is that you? I said, yeah, I'm a pastor. I didn't have time to tell him that he must call me pastor, but it's fine. So I said, yeah, it's me. He says, yeah, come. Let's. And so they go back in the. He says, where were you for all these 14 years? I said, yeah, but I was busy. He says, listen, there was an attempt I made for you to come sooner, a few months ago. Why didn't you come? I said, I was busy. He says, I want you to know, here's my wife, here's my family, they are seated here now. I wanted you to be the first to know, and this is the first time that they are hearing. It's a Muslim guy. He says, you remember those 14 years ago, those lectures you did? I said, yes. He said, it never left me. Never left me. He said, you know what? I have decided to become a Christian. He says, I don't just want to be a Christian. I want to belong to your church. The wife upset, very upset. And I'm nervous, beloved, because this man is about to die. And the wife shouts out, but what's going to happen at your funeral? Your family's going to be upset. What's going to happen at your funeral? He says to her, you call this guy. He's my new pastor. Beloved, I'm nervous because, it's Muslim. What's happening in Palestine? Israel thought they had it under control, but hey, these guys came from nowhere. And then I said, no, we need to sort. Somehow you need to. I said, you know what? I know what you're talking about. I must be baptized. I said, I'm willing to be baptized. I said to him, when do you want to be baptized? He says, I was here Friday. Sabbath, we did the total member involvement. He says, I want to be baptized on Sunday. Beloved, I've got the pictures to show that this brother is a Seventh-day Adventist today. Your efforts are not in vain. The praises may not come. People may not give you the glory, but let me tell you, wherever you are, you can plant a seed. It may not germinate right there. You may not see its fruit, because you know what? When you plant a seed, it takes a while. I'm growing mushrooms. The stuff is just not, it's just not working. Then they are assuring me, just be patient. Let me not go there. But listen, what you do for the Lord is not in vain.